Yeah.
Switch that to live chat. Boom.
And there we are. Dislike.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so am I gonna paint? I have to paint their clothing, and I'm torn. I mean, classically their clothing is blue, but I feel like that's a bad move because they also have blue skin.
Yeah.
I could go red, but red seems to be the color of like the royalty. So I don't know if everyone should have red on them, or if that should remain special to the higher ups. So that leaves most other colors.
Black. Do black armor. You need a lot of practice.
Yeah, I do. Lucky bat. Ooh, woo. You know what? I might just Google it. Genestealer cult armies. I know people have done orange. I know that's a studio army at Games Workshop has done in orange, and you can see pictures of it in the codexes. Yeah. I mean, if you paint them perfectly, like Games Workshop did, the blue clothing and the blue skin doesn't look bad, but I don't want to. Green's not a bad idea. A little militaristic, a little not a color I use a lot. Brown would be pretty classic. You know, raggedy clothing.
My vote's on green.
This person did white. Or no, they did white armor, but red bodies. Ed Scar, I know I'm up late if I see EOB is streaming.
Yeah.
Tectonics Unleashed, hello. Ed Scar just finished editing after 10 hours straight. Wow.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Monitor, oh hey, Frozen Throg, okay, oh. Disco, evening.
Evening.
Tectonics Unleashed, I've done a flesh-type armor for my Genestealer skull with super pale skin. What am I going to do?
Green.
Orange. Green is not a bad idea.
Green.
Green would also tie him into, like, the military guys that I have painted. And I would like to expand the military guys.
Green.
This person has done orange, but I'm not feeling orange. Orange is my Necrons. This person did purple, which is kind of cool, but purple is kind of like a royalty color. And I think I might do purple for my Sisters of Battle one day.
Ooh. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah,
I think green would look really nice, and it like what you said, it would tie it into the other ones.
Yeah. Here, you know what? I have this guy who I painted a whole bunch of years ago right here. Let's throw a little paint on this guy and see what happens. Maybe I'll go green on one sleeve, something else on the other, something on a pant leg, and something on a pant leg.
Neat. Douglas Robinson. Oh, it's big brain time. Oh, yeah.
Ominous Mecha, I've converted a Primaris Marine into a commander for my Tau army today. I tried using a decal, but I refused to stick, so I freehanded the symbol onto the original shoulder. Neat. That's Scar. I've edited my first battle report. Very different style of video from what I'm used to making.
Good old battle reports. We were just talking about battle reports today. It's wild.
Let's see. I know I have a color that's like a military green. I have Castellan green. Frozen's Rock, Russian green. No, I don't have that Vallejo color. Right? Vallejo invented that color. It's not from. It's not. No historical significance.
Exactly. Hunter of Ajax, you're making my drive home easy tonight.
Ah.
Are you
well, hopefully you're listening, not
either way, I mean, yeah, either way it's fine. But you know,
I did some driving today, and I used Siri to hands-free text. But what's great is, I'm driving as loud, so I'm just like screaming, like, "Hey Siri, text this number, send."
Exactly. And did it work?
It did. It actually worked really, really well. It understood what I was saying, and then it sent. Oh, the only thing is, for some reason, it could not understand me for send, because I was like, okay. It's like, would you like to send? And I'm like, okay. Would you like to send? Yes, please send text. Would you like to send? Send. Would you like to send? And I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? What is the correct word it's looking for?
It's looking for like the proper safe word. Wiener. And I would send it.
Foliage. That was Michael Scott's safe word.
Amazing.
Yesterday I won my first game of the new Age of Sigmar with the Maggotkin of Nurgle. No thanks to you guys, you stinkers.
Michael Spitz, how'd you do? Applied to Starbucks today, and I'm pretty sure I got the job.
Ooh,
Here
nice.
For Karen stories and free drinks.
Yeah.
Where's our gift cards?
I could do with a Frappuccino.
I don't think I've ever gotten anything at Starbucks in my entire life.
I don't think I have either.
I've had their you remember in the architecture building they had the vending machine with tons of cans in it. They had the double shot Starbucks drink to really get you going. I'd have that every once in a while.
The only thing I got from there was orange juices.
Was it in a sippy cup?
No, just a regular plastic bottle.
I was making a joke.
It did have Elmo on the cover, though.
That's good. Yep. I didn't know if it was one of those, you push the straw into the juice box kind of containers. Honestly, they should have had diapers in those vending machines
They
too.
should have.
So you could just work.
Because there was no bathrooms there.
Yeah. Exactly. Not good.
I think that looks kind of sick. A little green. Little military green. So, you know what? YOLO. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
The real Black Tufts. Did you see the new Black Templar? So let me turn on this layer. Boom! Let's talk about the new Black Templar guy. Really cool, but for me, I think it's not a straight upgrade. I feel like it's a lateral movement. I liked the old model. I like the new model. There's things I don't like about the old model. There's things I don't like about the new model. I think it's good. It's a good model. But it's not like an instant buy. I mean, I'll buy it. I'm gonna get it. But it's not like I need to have it the second it is available because I want to paint it. It's like, yeah, it's gonna go in my collection and it's gonna look great when I get around to it.
Yeah. The outward facing sword is a little weird.
It is a little weird.
At least at this angle.
Yeah. The front of his armor, the Black Templar are not supposed to have Aquillas, and that's usually what Marines have on their front, and so it makes sense that it's empty, but it really feels empty. Like a little skull or something would have been nice. It is supposed to be a nice suit of armor. It's called the Armor of Faith. Although, in classic 40k, like grim, dark, like the story of the Emperor's Champion is on the eve of battle, some random space marine somewhere in the Crusade will report that he's had visions of the Emperor, and then the chaplains quiz him, and if they believe him, then they give him the Armor of Faith and the Black Sword, and he just goes up against the baddest baddies and just wreaks havoc. And it's kind of implied that there's nothing particularly special about him other than his blind faith. that's letting him do these amazing things. Which I kind of like. And so it does make sense that the armor isn't terribly ornate, but it could have a little something going on to separate it from a normal suit of power armor.
Mm-hmm.
Although the old one was not particularly fancy either. So it seems like that's just kind of the thing of the Armor of Faith.
It'd be kind of neat, because the old one had like a little necklace thing, right?
Yeah.
Be kind of great if that necklace ended up on this guy too. Then his chest would feel less barren.
I do like his little lantern on his hip.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen Throg, rotate sword 90 degrees. Yeah, I mean this is clearly like a rally the troops pose as opposed to a swinging a sword pose.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs, who's your favorite architect? Stank Lloyd, wrong.
You know what? Mine too. Which is kind of interesting.
Did you read in the new Kill Team article that they mentioned a Black Templar box coming soon? I did see that, and I'm very interested to see what they do.
It's just a bunch of these same guys.
It's just many.
20 of them. All monopose.
Guys, check out this sword I found.
Exactly.
Catatonics Unleashed. He has the necklace in his hand. Yeah, I do like that little touch. But yeah, his chest is a little barren. Like it's hard to figure out exactly where. I think there's sort of rivets in the chest plate, and there might be a rivet right in the front, and that's kind of how you can tell where the front of his front armor is. But I think I might just glue a skull right in the middle of his chest, just so that you can kind of get a little, just so you know where you're at in space. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really to hate on it, but it's not making me fall in love either.
Matthew Stolness needs Batman Forever nipples.
Yeah, there we go.
That'd make it work.
Frozen Throg. So the only special about them is that they are extra Black Templar Z for the moments. Well, the Emperor's Champion is a very specific Black Templar only units. Although, surprisingly enough, Black Templar Codex 5th edition does say other chapters have adopted the ritual of the Emperor's Champion. So even the Black Templar Codex kind of leaves the door open if other chapters want to do it or not.
Interesting.
So I take it you guys aren't big in the boycott? Nah, who cares? I'm sad about TTS, although it seems like things are going to be okay. But no, I still want stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm boycotting all the stuff I don't want.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff I don't want. Tons of stuff I'm not buying. Blanky Rex, have you seen the new box with the Grey Knights?
Yeah. Yes. I like Grey Knights. I have some Grey Knights, but I want to do only Terminators. So the new box isn't that interesting to me. Because it doesn't have Terminators. Or it does not have... It has Scarab Occult Terminators, but they're not the Grey Knight Terminators. Mm-hmm. Ever notice how they're remaking old characters? So weird. Just make new guys, Games Workshop. Come on. Well, the Emperor's Champion is not one guy. It's a random Space Marine that is chosen on the eve of every battle. But I don't mind, because having the same characters reappear kind of makes it feel like 40k. Like, if they were just only making up new people, I feel like eventually you'd be like, well, I don't know, I don't care about any of these people. Mm-hmm. Who's Adrax Agatone? Give me my classic Vulcan Heaston. That's a Salamanders reference. If someone big into Salamanders got that. WNTRSHWL. Hey, I've been watching your videos, getting into Warhammer. You guys have been so great to binge watch. Thanks for being such a great teacher. Ah, nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Aaron Ferguson, I presume you guys are splitting a Kill Team box. We're going to try. Although it sounds like we're going to get one, because it sounds like everyone's going to get one.
Yep.
'Cause
2-week pre-orders.
Yeah.
And Yeah. And they're going to be a little more transparent about it, which is very
Mm-hmm.
nice. Frozen Throg, I'm boycotting Curse City.
Yeah, me too.
Too. Yeah. Corroded Clockworks, thoughts on the new Thousand Suns guy?
The new, yeah, it looks cool.
Yep. Neat. I know people were photoshopping cards in his, in his hand.
It's time to do.
I mean, he has that. It has that motion. It has that feeling. Master 64. When are you painting a custom chapter?
Probably never. I mean, I'm pretty hardcore into the Black Templar. And I tried painting more Space Marines by collecting some Death Watch, and I could not find room in my heart. Because it was just more goddamn Space Marines in black armor.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but you know who Masker 64 is.
Ah, I do.
Maybe we played with him maybe this weekend.
Yeah, it's as Joe Rogan would say, it's entirely possible.
Exactly. I mean, we had our four-way. We had our first four-way game.
If somebody wanted to see me paint a custom chapter, I think the best video for that would be me painting the like, what is it called? Like, is this a Space Marine and an Orc had a baby or something? The where I paint the Tin Boy, because I made up all the colors and I painted Eons of Battle on the shoulder pads. So essentially making up the Eons of Battle chapter colors.
Eons of Chapter.
So if somebody wants to paint the Eons of Battle Space Marine chapter, it's orangey yellow with Hazard on one shoulder and EOB on the other.
I'm sure everyone's going to do that. I'm sure it's going to be more popular than Ultramarines.
Yeah! Michael Spitz. Nick and Jay, how dare you not boycott? Get off the stream right now. I said right now, boys. Okay, we're shutting her down. Good night, everybody.
Yep. We're closing the YouTube channel, too.
The Real Black Tux. I'm big on salamanders. I got the reference. Nice.
Yeah.
Catatonics Unleashed. That was a very nice message they put out on Warhammer community with the pre-orders. Yeah, I hope that works out. I hope that's how they handle all of the releases going forward, because it seems like and it seems to make a lot of sense. Like, instead of them trying to guess how many they ought to make or how many people want, they're gonna make a bunch, and then whoever doesn't end up with one of the original runs, they're just gonna make enough to finish it up. It seems to make a lot of sense.
Michael Spitz, I ended my Games Workshop paint boycott because fuck it, Games Workshop will always use pots.
Yeah, they probably. I mean, their infrastructure is based around pots, like their current painting videos and their dumb palette paper that's just nothing is based on using the pots. The pots are fine. Some people have no luck with them. Some people have a lot of luck with them. They're not great. They're not better than dropper bottles, but dropper bottles aren't perfect either.
What?
It is what it is.
Why are you lying to everyone?
When the Eons of Battle paint comes out, it'll be in tubes, like real paint.
Yeah.
Okay, I can probably turn out. You know what? I'll leave Black Templar up so that people know I talked about it, but I'll leave it real small in the corner.
Yeah.
So people have to
there
spin.
You go. People will still ask you about
it,
though. And it's covering our dislikes, which is pretty rude.
Matthew Stolness. Compared to a lot of channels out there, you don't have a creepy voice. Ah, nice.
It sounds very natural and relaxed talking.
You should listen to some of our older videos.
Yeah.
I am going to fix this paint job.
And then I painted the rim of the base black.
Corbin Grovers, your display vid really tempted me into Malifaux. I mean, Malifaux has cool models and cool looking game. Moneteer. What's weird is I don't mind the P3 pots. The P3 pots stink, in my opinion. I don't like them very much. I've had a couple break on me. Like the top has broken off of the bottom, making
the hinge
kind of worthless.
The hinge is really thin.
Yeah, it's like made out of a harder rubber.
Yeah. No thanks.
I mean, the new Games Workshop switched their pots to a slightly tougher rubber. Not too long ago. I have a bunch of the old style and a bunch of the new style. I prefer the old style, but the new style's all right too.
Mm-hmm. The real Black Fox. I'm a 40k Chad, but my friends like Sigmar.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens.
Can you notice? Jay, replace your face with the Emperor's Champion's face. Darn it, the layer selection in OBS is interesting. There we go. Boom. Nailed it. Moneteer. Some dropper bottles are the devil too. Yeah, I've had some droppers be bad to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like a little leak appears somewhere, and so they don't want to like squeeze paint out. I mean, the droppers exist for convenience because it's very convenient to drip one drop of paint onto a wet palette.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the pots are convenient if you want to take from the pot, although almost few people do, because if you just leave it open your whole paint session, your paint's going to dry up. Although some people just, deal with it and put like an extra drop of water at the end of their paint sessions into the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Some people really like a hard palette.
Jam Styles, do only patrons get to vote for your McFarlane Marine?
Yes.
We'll have to figure out exactly what we're doing with that soon.
Yeah.
I think we're
how many options do you think you're allowed to make in a Patreon poll?
I don't know. Shall we find out right now?
Yeah, can I make like 100? And I'll call it pick one of you can pick any of the Space Marine chapters that matter, because they don't not all of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen Throg, one of the nozzles in my dropper bottle's cracked. Yeah, I have a bunch like that. I don't know what happens. Bugs, wait a minute. Did Jay get a vision from the Emperor? Matthew Stolness. I had just transferred paint from a Citadel pot to a bottle and then watched your video about not wasting time doing it. I think it's a little bit of a waste of time. Some people swear by it, but I feel like the only people who swear by it are the people who've already done it. And of course they think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stillos, I find a lot of your advice valuable, which is cool considering how many channels I watch. Nice! Yeah, all of my tips come from years of experience. And usually years of doing things wrong.
Well, how many have I added so far? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, you can have at least 20, and you can still do it.
Yeah, so it sounds like as many as you want, really.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
24.
Oh, no!
So you only have 24 chapters.
That's probably plenty.
I bet you can rule it down to 10.
No, if I get 24 slots, I'll make 24. And you know what? Maybe a weird one will win. Like one that I wouldn't have thought of, but since I had 24 slots, I'm like, you know what? Let's give the Rainbow Warriors a shot. Let's see if anyone cares.
Oh, that'd be a fun one.
Or
Angry Marines.
Angry Marines. Oh, that could get some clicks. Yeah, Angry Marines are definitely a real chapter from Games Workshop, and it's going on the list.
Ed Scar, there are less than 24 chapters that are good.
True.
Andy Crimson, sorry I'm late, y'all. Had to get dins. Better late than never. But if anyone else is late,
yeah,
we're gonna shadow ban you. Kuroda Clockworks, your basing videos really helped me start out in the hobby last year. I just wanted to thank you for them and helping me start my addiction into basing with or without a mini.
Nice.
It's always fun to make a little bit of scenery.
I'm watching the streams from behind a dresser. USA Libertarian. Noise Marines. Only loyalists.
Oh. That would be pretty cool, though.
Better put the Hawk Lords as an option. Oh, they'll probably make it. I probably won't put Legion of the Damned just because I don't want to do that much converting.
Yeah. Andy Crimson, the perks of being a Patreon supporter, not being shadow banned. Exactly.
Manadork game. Genestealers are sweet. Tempted to make them my second 40k army. I hate winning anyway. Oh, if you hate winning, they're the army for you. Nah, they might be fine. I've heard that they're really tricky in game from Matthew at Mini Wargaming, who's been playing them since 7th edition, because that's when they came back. And he says that they're hard to master, because they have a lot of sneaky sneaks, but are incredibly weak. Like just weak bodies. Like I think their best save is like a 5-up.
Michael Spitz, can you put EOB Marines as an option?
Nah.
Denied.
That wouldn't look good in the thumbnail. People like, what? I don't get that. What? That's not a
green.
No.
It's not blue like Ultramarines, the best chapter.
Exactly.
That's what people that play Ultramarines sound like.
Yep.
It only loyalists? Emperor Shield!
I mean, when they come out with a McFarlane Chaos Space Marine, maybe we'll talk again.
We had our 4-way game this last weekend, and it was Jay with Shooty Orcs, which was a wild list. Me with my normal orcs. We had our friend Amanda with Sisters of Battle, and then we had our friend Sean with Necrons. And Sean won.
Yes. Nick had an early lead because he held the middle objective for a bunch of turns.
Yeah, but then I lost everything.
Yeah, you were tabled. I failed. Eventually, I failed my whatever it's called, leadership or mega leadership. Morale. I failed. Broken. Yeah, I became broken. The Sisters of Battle are an interesting kill team because they're not big damage dealers, but they don't die because of their 3-up save, and you can have a lot of bodies. So I think they're all about like board control and like clever placements.
Yeah. Like I feel like you don't want any of them ever to get in combat ever.
No, not really. Although
then,
they will stop. Like I guess. Although a Sister of Battle tying up an orc boy all game is not really doing any work.
No, and if you tie up something that matters, it's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like you can't really tie up a knob.
I mean, there is some close combat units available to the sisters, like the Repentia and the Whippy Whip people. I forget what they're called. I don't know if that would help really. I mean, you're trading in your good save for okay close combat, but not incredible close combat, and they're a little pricey. I feel like you just want to swamp the board with a lot of 3-up saves.
Yeah,
is your best bet.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, but I wonder if you hide them, you do a lot of hiding with them, and you have them up high so you can shoot down.
I know one thing that they have that's an option to them is that for 1 command point, their Stormbolters can become really good. And Stormbolters, you can take 2 Stormbolters in a sister squad, and for really, really cheap. It's like 2 points. Maybe even less. So that might be a good to have just 2 Stormbolters somewhere on the field that you can turn into like really good guns for 1 command point. But if they die, it's not the end of the world. But they don't have a lot. You definitely want to swap those out though for Flamers if you're going against orcs, or I don't know, the Heavy Bolter. The Heavy Bolter is good, but I feel like it's only good if you can spam it. Like 1 Heavy Bolter, I feel like is really not going to do you any good.
No.
Like, I mean, my orcs, I was putting out, 29 shooting attacks a turn.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Although I only did that for like 2 turns, and then everything started dying. Really, everything on turn 1 started dying, but because it just didn't work. But really, I feel like volume of dice is way more important than, I don't know, a good gun.
That's true. Although Necrons, very consistently good.
Just good. Easy, not a lot of bodies, good quality bodies, some fun rules in their reanimation protocols, exploding 6s to Tesla weapons.
Yep.
Matthew's Stillness. I played my Necrons army for the first time on Sunday, and realized that the army is OP. It's OP.
OP. Well, it certainly isn't Kill Team. I hope that in the new version they suck.
Frozen Throg, missile launchers. Oh, but do you remember me bringing the missile launcher? Yeah, and you remember how many ones I rolled for a number of shots?
So many ones.
And the missile launcher, it's you still have to roll to hit after you've figured out how many shots you get.
Oh yeah.
So you got 4 hits. Well, make that 2, and then 1 wound. Oh, and they made their save. All right, wasn't that a lot of fun? I feel like yeah.
In our game, because you have to do a similar thing for the Flamer. I feel like I only got 6s or 1s.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think I got anything in the middle, which is odd.
Matthew Stolness, Jay, what brush sets do you recommend? Oh my god, I have no idea. I really like Rosemary & Co. Series 313s, sizes 1, 2, and 3. And then for really, really, really nice brushes, I really like my Da Vinci Maestro size 1. But I feel like I do like most of my work, or a lot of my work, like base coating, I just use cheapy Walmart synthetic brushes. Michael Spitz. Nick, Shadowban Simon. He's late. This is the last straw.
I mean, also Patreon supporters. So nope.
Hunter.
So is Michael Spitz.
Hunter, Ajax, quantity versus quality. I bring you Custodies. Hits on 2-ups and everything has an invuln save. Yeah, if you're hitting on 2-ups naturally, that's no problem. With the Heavy Bolter, like, if you move, you're hitting 50-50, and you're going to get to shoot it maybe, if you're really lucky, 5 times a battle. And so you're going to miss at least 2, and one of those times you're not going to do any damage. So you're going to get 2 shots off with it. Is that worth 4 points? And hiding whoever's using it, like, it's tricky. Champ Styles. How many likes would you have to get to paint the McFarlane Necron? Oh my gosh, it's so ugly. Yeah, if this video gets 40,000 likes and or dislikes, I'll paint the McFarlane Necron. It won't happen, which is good, because I don't want to paint it. It's so ugly. Why do they I don't like that the regular Space Marine, they didn't change anything, but I have the exact opposite problem with the Necrons. I don't like that they changed a bunch of stuff.
Oh, those silly
flip-flopper. I don't want them to change stuff, though, if they're going to do a bad job. Like, they made his face look like a Ninja Turtle villain.
Yeah. Jay is a Walmart shill.
Yeah. I play Stardew Valley, the video game, and my farm in Stardew Valley is called Walmart Farms.
Omnisaya Sphinx. Hurry, everyone! Please hit those like buttons. You must make him paint it.
Yep, 40,000 likes or dislikes. Totally doable.
Oh yeah.
There is my Armor Painter Military Green Wash.
And we're searching up a storm.
We gotta get rid of some of this paint. Gonna be giving away used paint pretty soon. You ever wanted a 25% full bottle of Eons of Battle used paint?
What, I mean, maybe if we sign it, we can sell it for full price.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be hilarious.
Ominous Sphinx. Is it just me, or is Games Workshop trying to get out of tabletop gaming? Well, you and a couple of YouTubers would agree, but obviously not. I think, and the only evidence I've seen is they've expanded into, like, media. Kind of like how they expanded into video games not that long ago. So, in that case, yes.
I think they're just going to make video games from now on, and Warhammer Plus. Based on no evidence.
Andy Crimson said, Jay's the Emperor's champion now.
Exactly. Monitor, get rid of paint by putting it on minis.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Just start dumping it all over them.
Is it? Who would win, Teenage Mutant Ninja Croots or the Flayed Shredder? I think neither would win. I think they'd be perpetually locked in combat, just like Shredder versus the Ninja Turtles. Jeremy Whitman Kinghorn finally caught an EOB stream. I don't know how. I haven't caught one before. We're here every day. Same bat time, same bat place.
Except for Sunday. That's the Lord's Day.
Yeah.
We take that day off. It's our mental health day. We recharge.
Yeah, we retreat to our safe spaces and we recharge the batteries. Exactly. And we come back fresh.
They also play Kill Team that day.
And we play Kill Team. Which is the Lord's game.
But yeah, exactly. USA Libertarian. I was trying to learn 40k rules, so I gave up.
Good old 40k. I can't wait to play some games.
Go learn the Age of Sigmar rules.
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty easy. And that nice card tells you exactly what to do.
Antonio, I have such a rough relationship to Genestealer Cult because people hate the Tau on the basis that the rules suck, and then they have a soft spot for Genestealer Cult. We truly live in a society. That is true, although Tau have been good in the past. Genestealer Cult, I think they might have been good when they first dropped, maybe? In good old 7th edition. But they have a hard time... They have a hard time slotting in because they don't have the things a lot of armies typically rely on, like a good, unit that's pretty tough and can take some abuse and is a little bit forgiving on the tabletop. Like all of Space Marines, where it's like, oh, I can have some bad positioning and get shot at, but it'll be okay because they're not all gonna die because they're pretty tough and they're pretty reliable. Everything in Genestealer Cult will die if it gets looked at. Even your cool stuff, like the Aberrants. They will die. As soon as the enemy decides that they die. But I do love them.
So my grandma's playing Kill Team with God? I wonder who's winning. Jeremy Whitman Kinghorn. How do you paint so fast? I've spent 10 hours on 5 minis and they're almost base coated.
Well, I spent 3 hours on these guys on Saturday. And so that is a big reason why they're at where they are now. The only thing I've done on this stream is I've base coated all of their clothing green, and now I'm applying a wash to the green. And I'll probably do a highlight. And hopefully I'll get it all done, depending on how fast this wash wants to dry.
You should use your hair dryer.
I should. But then the footage will start to flicker. I'm filming at 120 frames per second.
That's funny because we ran into some weird problems. We were taking some time-lapse footage and we noticed that the footage started flickering when the hair dryer was being used because it was doing something weird with the electricity. It was like pulling the electricity or something, and so it was changing the frame rate. It was very odd. Michael Spitz, Lucky Bet, can we get a hint about the video tomorrow? And by tomorrow you mean Wednesday?
Oh, it's a doozy.
It is a doozy.
Not a boozy, just a doozy.
No. Boozy was a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago. With the booze video.
Like sloppy is better or something like that. Secret to good painting is bad painting.
Yep. Slop. Slop it. Slop some paint.
Sloppity Biopiper. It's a 40k unit. There might be an Age of Sigmar unit. I don't even know anymore. Nurgle, it's all interchangeable except for the stuff that's not.
Hajuice! Hey, EOB peeps and chat.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Max McCreenor, what red do you use on your Stormcast? I think it's Corn Red with a highlight of Evil Sun Scarlet, because I actually really like Games Workshop's reds quality.
Lucky Bet, it will sure have J in it, or will it?
I'm actually leaving the channel, so this is my last video.
Yeah. And PewDiePie is taking over.
Yes, yeah, we're very excited. I think the change will bring in a lot of new viewers.
Exactly.
Weirdly enough, I'm going to be reacting to video games.
Yeah.
going to be called Die
Die.
That channel must exist, right?
Probably.
And it reacts to PewDiePie reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it doesn't exist, we're starting that channel.
Michael Stolness, can I retract my Patreon? No. If anything, now you're locked in. You have to pay every month, no matter what.
Yeah.
Element Air TV, I took a shot at non-metallic metal today, and let me say, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but it is tricky. It takes some experience to get it just right.
Simon the Lobotomized Monkey, the only red paint I found to surpass Games Workshop is Vallejo Model Air Red.
Maybe. I think I might have used that color. I don't really like any of the Model Air ranges, though, because I don't have trouble mixing up paint for my airbrush, and I feel like you get so much less pigments and like usable paint in an air range because they have so much filler so that it runs through the airbrush. Like I think I used to buy it for my highlight color for my Black Templar, which was Stonewall Gray, and I think I went through 3 bottles, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm just, just blowing through it. I could mix up 10 times this with just a regular bottle of Stonewall Gray.
USA Libertarian has probably one of the best video ideas I think I've ever seen. Top 10 rocks stood on by characters.
Yeah? Oh, that would be great.
That's a really good,
Yeah. There's a little, it's very noble, the rock being stood on by Rowboat Girly Man. But Abaddon's rock really has something sturdy about it.
I feel like that totally could be a video. That'd be so funny. Because people are up in arms about the rock. And like the rock does make some sense because it does make it look like something's going on.
Yeah, it raises them up a little. It opens up the body. Sometimes they really wimp out on the rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, yeah, he's just standing on like a pebble. I mean, really, it seems like the rock is meant for you to do something with it. Like make it a dead enemy or a piece of a building or a grenade or a skull or whatever you want it to be. Frozen's Rock. Chaos Terminator Lord has a really fancy rock. It does have a really fancy rock. Holy cow. That model is like 50% rock. Do you think The Rock goes to Catachan? Oh yeah, on his holidays he goes to Catachan. It's really funny, the top 10 bases. Just all of them.
All of them.
Yeah, I'm not as much a fan of the 25 as I am the 32. And you know what? The 50mm oval has also got a little bit of something to it.
I like it. Goopity Goop. Video series about the worst flock jobs called What the Flock.
I mean, we've caught Games Workshop struggling to do things in the past. Do you remember the decals from the Necron Codex?
Yeah.
It is just nothing. Just nothing.
I don't know what I was looking at recently, but I saw more layer lines
Ooh.
on their models. It might have been some. I don't know if it was something for a video or what it was, but yeah, I noticed it. It seems like it's really apparent on models that have like, I don't know, draping fabric. You can really tell that there's something going on. Brian Routsong. paint the Rock like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Oh, it'd be really funny to like get a model of Dwayne the Rock Johnson, scale him down, and then have him be the little rock ledge that a character's standing on. You know what you do. Okay, so you take a file of the Rock and you blow it up really big so that it's just his head, and then you like half sink his head in the ground so it's like the head of a statue, and you paint it really well like it's marble, but if someone really looks at it, they'll notice like, wait a second, is that the Rock? Because your mind just goes, yeah, statue, 40k, makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's perfect. Oh yeah. You think that there's a Rock STL?
There's gotta be. It's probably not a good one, but
let's see. Nope, there's tons of them.
Ah, great.
And they're pretty good.
Do they have him doing his eyebrow thing? Where he's got the one eyebrow up really high?
I don't necessarily. No, I don't see that.
That was kind of like his wrestler thing.
They have him in like Fast and Furious. They have him in that look.
I mean, really, his breakout performance was from the Tooth Fairy.
Right. Oh my god! And then someone did a. I'm gonna send this link is going right into the. Oh god, no! This is gonna go right into the chat. Everyone has to go look at this right now. Go look at that. It's pretty amazing.
Oh no! Oh wow, that's quite a likeness.
It's $3. It's a steal. Can you believe that there's no reviews?
I wish it said how many times this has been downloaded.
Never.
It would have a there. Oh yeah, if you scroll down, there's some good rock busts.
Yeah, there's some good ones, but yeah. Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny.
MS Paul. They have to pay me $3 to take it.
Yeah.
For that to take up some room on your PC.
Omniscience Sphinx, is there a tie-dye Necron color army?
Not officially.
There should be, though. You should make it. I love this. I love this model.
Yeah, so like I would think like the opposite of that. Like a really just good head, and then you scale it up, and then you make it a nice statue that's like sunken in the ground.
There's he also has a YouTube video where he has it spinning.
Oh.
At a horrible angle too.
That's so great that YouTube will host anything.
Yeah. God.
Wouldn't it be great if finally YouTube was like, no, not that.
Not this. We're not gonna do this. Oh my goodness.
The dude, yo, looks crispy. I hope that's about the STL. Because it does. It's great. 10 out of 10. Excellent.
I love it. I like to think it wasn't supposed to be a stylized Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but it just got a little out of hand.
Stylized? I don't quite see what you're talking about. I mean, it's pretty photorealistic.
Yes.
God, it's so amazing that somebody can like see someone's face and then just sculpt it perfectly.
Exactly.
It's so wild.
And it's high poly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What an artist.
USA Libertarian. The Rock is the only thing stronger than family.
Is that the first burp of the stream?
It might be.
Wow.
I love Vin Diesel in those movies, though. Because apparently he decided to come back for like the third movie in a cameo because they would pay him so much money he could fund the next Riddick movie, which the Riddick movies like no one likes, but he loves them, and so eventually he's just making the movies. And he's like, yeah, I'll do this stupid car movie that everyone loves so that we can make another Riddick movie.
Amazing.
That no one's gonna go see. Although the first Riddick movie is pretty badass. Although it has nothing to do with Riddick. He's just background to the cool world.
Evolution of Gaming. Hope you're having a great stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely are.
We're talking The Rock.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we found probably one of the best STLs I've ever seen.
Andy Crimson. I like the Riddick movies. I also love the Riddick movies. Although it seems like after the first one, most people can take it or leave it. The first one, which is not called Riddick, it's just called Pitch Black, is great. 10 out of 10. Everyone should watch it. It's a good movie. Chronicles of Riddick is a little more divisive. And God... And then the third movie... Or was it the fourth movie? The third movie is just Pitch Black again. There's like another alien race that sleeps for, 50 years and then wakes up for one night and eats everything. Matthew Stolness. Pitch Black I saw in theaters and was pleased with it. Yeah, Pitch Black is the really good one. Really sneaks up on you. There's a Pitch Black reminds me a lot of an episode of Star Trek where in that episode they're on a desert, and the reason that they're on it, the way you can tell they're on a desert is because they've completely washed out the footage. So they're just in like Southern California, but most of the screen is white, and so it's a really hot desert.
Interesting. MS Paul, I saw the third movie in theaters, LOL. Probably the first time I drove a car, too.
Ah. You were 10 years old.
Yeah, you drove a car to a movie theater at 10.
Matthew Stolness, just rain instead of night. Little bit. It wasn't bad. But, I can kind of see why it didn't set the world on fire. Like, it was a Riddick movie. But I can't wait for the Riddick movie comebacks, like how like the Rocky movies kind of got bad, but then they made a new one like 11 years later and it was really good. So I think we just have to wait on Riddick. Because, Pitch Black is just as beloved as Rocky.
Lazy Bum. So is that the one single Black Templar model, or are there more coming?
There's more coming, according to Games Workshop. I think they even said there's a box coming. Black Templar box, which I hope it's just Black Templar and not another army. Although I'll be fine with it if the other army is Necrons or Genestealer Cult. And as long as it's models I don't already own a bunch of. I have almost no stipulations except for all those.
So nothing. There's nothing?
None.
So you can't get it if it has another army in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's got like Dark Eldar or Tau. It's not going to have Tau in it.
No.
I can guarantee it will not have Tau in it.
What's like what's a Xenos army that the Black Templar really hate?
Orcs.
Maybe it's Orcs?
It could totally be Orcs. Yeah, the Black Templar famously hate the Orcs.
Well, there you go. I mean, that would be perfect.
The only thing I don't like about the Army Painter Quick Shades is the glossiness can be a little hydrostatic, which makes highlighting on top of it a little bit of a pain.
That is a pain. And speaking of being a pain,
Yeah.
it is 10 o'clock. And you know what that means? We're gonna be ending the stream.
Ooh, but I got some green on these folks.
Yeah. And we had a video out today, so make sure you go watch that video. We have 2 more videos out this week on Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. So join us for that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.